It's your girl Ashantia, aka the Royaltia, back again with another video for y'all. I thought I had to sneeze, but thank you for being back here with me at 4 o'clock for this new video. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video now so you don't forget. Go ahead and make sure those post notifications are turned on, and let's go ahead and get into today's video. Okay, you guys, so as you can see by the title, we are obviously basically talking about how to have the motivation to start a YouTube channel. Okay, and I know I did touch on this topic briefly in my quarantine Q&A. If you haven't already watched that, it's going to be of course linked down below, and of course you can just go to my channel. It's literally 2 videos before this one. So we're gonna talk about that more in depth, because I do want y'all I do want to have very open, honest, transparency. I know how sometimes sometimes I be all mumble jumbled, okay, when I talk. That's just how it is. But let me get back on track. Okay, so basically I do want to discuss about how to be motivated to start a channel and staying with it, and not letting your mind or anxiety or the influence of other people stop you and block you from what you're doing. And I mean, this can go towards anything. It doesn't just have to apply towards YouTube. You can apply this to your life. But so basically, for me personally, I was extremely nervous about starting a YouTube channel. I was very concerned with what are people going to say, what are people going to think. I was really more so thinking about people and not really thinking about myself. Really thinking okay, what is such and such going to think of me? Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I don't want this person to see it. I know they're going to say something out the way to me. I was just really nervous. I was really focused on people. Thank God for deliverance, and he delivered me from that with pleasing people, you know what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff. But for me, it was really hard starting out, because I wasn't comfortable being in front of the camera. I wasn't comfortable talking, and I really just felt why would somebody listen to what I have to say out of my mouth? I'm not I didn't feel in the beginning, I didn't feel I was good enough to do any of this. I just kind of felt like who am I to do this, you know what I'm saying? And of course, the more I was able to build up myself, the more time I spent with God, and allowing God to reveal to me who I was, that's where my confidence came from. But for me, it's just kind of you gotta be your own coach, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I will tell you, your biggest supporters when it comes to doing YouTube is going to be people you don't know. Because sometimes the people who throw the most shade, the most hater, the people that are closest to you, whether if it's family, friends, acquaintances, they're not going to necessarily understand or have the capacity for. Sometimes you may have people in your little group of associates and friends and stuff that might be hating on you already, and they already are jealous of you, and this just gives them more fuel. And maybe they might want to start a YouTube channel themselves, or whatever it is that you're trying to start, you know what I'm saying? They might want to do that thing themselves, but because of their insecurities, they want to make you feel bad and not do it because they're not doing it themselves. So just be very focused and, think about what you want to do. And if it makes you happy, do it. Sometimes, of course, if you're just starting out with the channel, you know what I'm saying, do practice runs. So maybe you record 3 to 5 videos with no intent on uploading. And just, talk in front of the camera, have it recording. Once it's done, practice editing, practice doing different transitions, you know what I'm saying, putting in background music, all that good stuff, so you can just be more comfortable with it. Another thing I will say is don't necessarily wait to have the good equipment, because I know that's another thing. In the beginning, I was very self-conscious about, because I'm I don't have no camera, I don't have no ring light. Like, I don't have anything. Like, all I have is my phone. And that's another reason why, like, I wasn't, like, starting, like, with it. And when I did start, I wasn't consistent because I'm like, my camera, like, the quality of the video isn't that good. So for me personally, I started out with my iPhone 7 Plus, had my little goat case, stuck it to the window of my bedroom, and I would just record when the sun would be shining through my room. And that's what I did. And then maybe after about 6 to 8 months, I had saved up money, brought a nice ring light, and it's still the ring light I am using to this day. But now my phone quality is updated. I have the iPhone XS Max. I still don't have a camera. Hopefully, preferably soon, like, I will have, like, a legit camera, and I'll have enough money stacked, you know, to have me a little MacBook, and I can use Final Cut Pro and be, like, all extra fancy. But, you know, don't, like, start where you're at. Like, use what you have. Like, you don't have to have all this fancy equipment and all these different microphones and stuff. Just start, you know what I'm saying? And don't let people discredit you. And if you are, you know, friends with people or know people who have channels, you know what I'm saying? Just because they seem like they have it all together and they're doing this and that, it's a process, you know what I'm saying? So don't let that, you know, kind of get to you. You're like, oh, well, you know, Susie May, she has like the camera and she has like the fancy laptop with all the good editing software and her videos are just the bomb diggity. It's fine. Start with where you're at, and most people are going to want to see your growth on YouTube. Most people want, you know, people who they can relate to. So just be honest, be open, be raw, and just do it. Like, that's the only thing I can honestly say. Like, you have to force yourself to do it. Because like for me, like, my biggest struggle is editing and like sometimes recording videos. Because if y'all haven't already peeped it, I don't know what it is. Like, sometimes, like, you know, like, out and about with like friends and family, like, I'll say the wrong word or like not pronounce a word right or like get tongue tied. But even more so, like, in my videos, because even when I record, still to this day, like, I'll still get nervous. And that's another reason why, like, my words kind of get mumbled jumbled in there. And plus, I do be recording late at night when I'm halfway asleep. So the combination of all of that is just kind of like, okay, your girl over here be struggling sometimes. So sometimes, like, when I'm editing, I'm like, yo, like, I sound stupid, like, I keep messing up my words. Or like sometimes, like, even like with the sound of my voice, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, like, sometimes I be tweaking. I'm like, yo, like, I legit cannot stand the sound of my voice. I cannot edit, like, I can't do this, like, this video is not going up, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, even though, like, I know there's nothing wrong with my voice, it's just like, you know, we all have our things, you know what I'm saying, that's affected us, like, from childhood. And the only thing I can say is that, you know, for me, like, by me spending time with God and finding out who I am, it's definitely helped. Not saying I don't still struggle with it. I'm still, you know, walking out my deliverance in that area, you know what I'm saying? But I know the more I do it, the more comfortable I'm going to be with it. Because I know, honestly, that there's nothing wrong with my voice. But, you know, sometimes, you know, when you're sitting here looking at yourself while you're editing, sometimes, okay, like, if you do have some insecurities about yourself or how your hair was looking that day or how your makeup was looking that day or even the sound of your voice that day, maybe you're just getting over a cold or something, guess what, that's going to be amplified because you're going to be seeing it. But you have to be very secure in yourself. So just work on that and just focus on doing what makes you happy, even if you don't feel like doing it, even if you don't feel like uploading the video or editing the video. I encourage you, edit the video, upload it, and the people who are for you, they're going to gravitate towards it. And don't really pay attention to the numbers. My thing is, as long as you're getting one view, you are doing more than enough, because that means one person took the time out of their day to watch your video, to support you, you know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up on numbers. Make sure you know, what are your intentions? Like, what is your motive for doing YouTube? Like, that's the last thing I'm just going to say. Might not be the last thing for real, but like, why are you doing YouTube, or you're considering doing YouTube? Is it to get money? Is it, you know, to just like kind of have a diary journey of your life? Like, what is it? Like, what are you doing? And of course, like, if the main reason why you're doing YouTube is for money, okay, honey, boo boo, child, it's not going to work. Because the thing is, when your heart isn't necessarily pure towards something and you actually have an enjoyment of doing it, you're usually not going to see the results that you want, because you're not really focusing on being your true self and like putting your full self out there. So you're just trying to do what you think people want instead of doing what you do, because people can smell fake and phony 1,000 miles away, you know what I'm saying? So I just encourage you, be real, be yourself, find yourself, and just do it. And when you have negative thoughts and you start feeling yourself like feeling anxious, be like, no, like look at yourself in the mirror or look at yourself in the camera, like, no, this is what we're not doing today. We can do this. If I couldn't do this, God wouldn't have given me the passion to do this. Okay, so, and I guess like another thing is, you know, let's say you already have a YouTube channel, like an already established YouTube channel. Okay, cool. If you're finding yourself being like, like I'm not getting the results I want, like I don't have as many subscribers I want, I don't have any likes I want, let me just stop and give up. I'm going to tell you that's like the absolute worst thing you can do. You have to stay consistent, whether that's uploading once a week or maybe twice a week. But uploading on a consistent basis, using social media, so that means using Facebook, using Instagram, using Snapchat, using Twitter, to let people know when you have new videos uploading. Try to upload at the same time every day so people know. Keep your uploading schedule the same. If you have changes, like update that on your social media. And then just stay consistent with it, because the more you stay consistent, like the more you'll grow, you know what I'm saying? You know, don't get caught up on some people who have grown, you know, overnight. You know, most people don't have viral videos that make their numbers just skyrocket. Most people, it might have taken them 6, 5, 4 years to get where they are. So that's another thing I will say. Don't compare your journey to others, because when you're too busy looking at other people, you can't even sit here and focus on what you're doing. And, you know, you're not being your true self. And I say that because you're going to sit here and maybe try to replicate what somebody else is doing, and that's not authentic. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, cancel out the distractions. It doesn't matter if people don't understand. It doesn't matter if your friends and family don't support you. No, I support you. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. But you have to be your own coach. You got to be your coach. You got to be your cheerleader. You got to do it all. And if you're really passionate about it, let all that passion that's on the inside of you just, whoosh, you know, like just let it out. Like that's what you have to do. Like you have to let it out, let all the passion out, and do what you want to do. Don't be scared. Don't be nervous. You're going to be. It is normal. We all feel it. Majority of people who create videos and stuff, we all feel the anxiousness. We all feel it, okay? But the difference is we don't let it consume us. And you have to put yourself in a positive, you know, brain thinking. So even if that's, you know, every other day you're sitting down recording a video, not saying you have to upload every single one of those videos, but just get comfortable in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? Even practice with going live on Instagram or going live on Facebook. That's where you're talking, and then you actually have people back in the comments, you know, responding back to you. Or even YouNow. I used to do lives all the time on YouNow. I actually want to start back up again soon, maybe in about a week or two when I do have like more time. But going live on YouNow is really cool. And then if you're like, you know, nervous about what other people might say, not saying, we all know that doesn't matter, but YouNow is a nice platform. I like it because you just use a hashtag for your video. It really helped me a lot in the beginning, because, you know, I would just hashtag girls or hashtag chit chat, and then people who were looking up that hashtag, they would come across my live video. I did not know these people. Some of these people aren't even in the US, and then they would, you know, watch it. They'll sit here and actually, you know, conversate back and forth with you. You know what I'm saying? And that took a lot of pressure off, because I'm like, okay, like it's cool, like people actually like what I have to say, and I actually have a voice. You know what I'm saying? So maybe try doing that, but just know your voice is powerful. Your creativity is powerful. Your passion is powerful. and the people that are for you are going to gravitate to you. It might take some time for them to find you and discover you, but don't give up, don't quit. You got this, okay? So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope this video has helped you. And of course, like, if you have any video ideas, any challenges, chit chat topics, you know, how to, I guess, like, as far as like advice wise goes, leave it down in the comments. Or if you don't want people like all up in your business, email me or DM me on Instagram, okay? All my contact information is at the bottom. So if you're watching this in the morning, good morning. If you're watching this in the afternoon, good afternoon. If you're watching this in the evening, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see y'all back here again tomorrow at 4 o'clock.